Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dennis. Thank you for joining me for a video that involves correcting your anterior pelvic tilt, that ugly, nasty tilting of the pelvic region that compresses the lumbar and sacrum and causes that lower abdominal protrusion. The anterior pelvic tilt can be quite painful for some, and it's caused most notably by tight hip flexors, weak lower abdominals, weak glutes, and tight and oftentimes weak hamstrings. Now it's very easy to make a play and design a program to get you on your way to correcting the anterior pelvic tilt so that you can tilt more in a posterior fashion, take the compression off your sacrum and lumbar vertebrae. Today, I'm not going to touch on strengthening the hamstrings, the glutes, or stretching the hip flexors. I'm going to focus on some abdominal roll-up movements that are going to help to strengthen the lower rectus abdominis. I'm going to start out with the easier version of the movement, and then I'll advance to a more difficult version of the movement. This is really going to help you. Some of you may find that if you have more belly in the way, you might find the more advanced version to be quite a bit difficult. But at least you can start out with the beginner's version, and this will get you on a path to fix that anterior pelvic tilt and hopefully loosen up some of the compression in your lower back, your lumbar and sacrum. So let's jump right in and I'll show you guys the movements. Okay guys, I'm on my yoga mat here and I'm going to start to run you through these pelvic roll-up protocols. I'm going to start with a couple of particulars and nuances and details about the movement that we must adhere to. Firstly, we're not going to do these with straight legs. I'll show you what this looks like. We're going to roll up the pelvic region, but you can see if we do that with straight legs, it's going to be a real strain on the hip flexors, and tight hip flexors are in part what leads to an anterior pelvic tilt. So we want to stay away from straight legs. We're going to stay with bent legs. So we're going to stay with about a 90-degree bend in our knees, and everything is going to be rolled up like this. Now we're looking to not lift our legs. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're not going to focus on that in our mind. We're only going to roll up and tilt our pelvic region up and forward like this towards our nose. So the movement starts out basic and simple. I'm going to have my forearms here, set a target. I'm going to roll up, and my end game here is my knees will touch my palms here. My foot placement is about shoulder width apart, so my hands are about shoulder width apart. I'm just going to roll up and touch here. This is the intro roll up, the beginner's roll up. If you're really tight in the lumbar sacral region, or if you're really weak in the lower rectus abdominis, this is where you're going to start, and this is where you'll remain until you can master this. Some of you may have too much abdominal bulk. Don't worry, we'll take that weight off. I have videos for that. So as we progress, we get more mobile, more flexible, more muscle is added to our rectus abdominis, more responsiveness, we get stronger. We can start to move the target back here. And you can see that I'm rolling up to a greater degree. Here. Here. You can also have your hands up in the air and go shins to hands. Here, that's fine. Now what I don't want to do is simply increase the bend and then open, close, open, like this, with my feet and my legs looking like this. Okay, that's not rolling up the hips. I want to keep this 90-degree bend in my legs, and I want to roll up, and you'll know you're doing it correct when this remains the same, this degree of bend, and the bottom of your feet start to point up to the ceiling. Like this. Like this. Now I'm going to increase that. Just going to set my target back here. That's the progression. Now ultimately your end game is going to be to roll your pelvic region all the way up so that your toes touch your hands when your hands are back here. So it looks like here. And then return. Stay slim when you return. Here. You're going to want to exhale when your hips roll up. So I'm going to exhale now. Touch. Back. Touch. This really feels good. This extreme articulation really decompresses the lumbar sacral region. It feels fantastic. You get that thoracolumbar, that's that fascia back here. You get that stretch, you get the erector spinae muscles, your lower back muscles. You get that to stretch, feels fantastic. Here. Here. Okay? So that is the pelvic roll-up done correctly. The different stages of the pelvic roll-up. You can start with the beginning. Here. Touch. Roll up. And then you advance, advance, advance back to here. Go at your own pace. I'm going to do a workout video where we'll do a couple rounds of all of these movements and different progressions, and we'll do sets of whatever number. Maybe we'll go for 30 seconds or 10 reps or 20 reps per set, and I'll run you guys through a workout as such. But for now, start with this and practice becoming more mobile. Get stronger in the lower rectus abdominis. Decompress the lumbar sacral region. And start to develop that posterior tilt instead of that extreme, painful, damaging anterior tilt. And I think you're going to feel a lot better. So start slow, go at your own pace. Don't try to roll all the way back like I just did. But if you can, sure, go for it. Why not? But this is going to have you in the right lane to start correcting that anterior pelvic tilt and tilt you more in a posterior fashion. So enjoy that one, guys. Have fun with it. Go at your own pace. If you liked it, give a like. Leave some comments below if you have any questions. I'll answer those questions and I'll walk you through it. If you're having any concerns about how you do any particular aspect of the movement, I'll help you out with that as well. So guys, definitely subscribe and stick around. As I said, I'm going to do a workout video like this. That's coming up. And I think you're going to like that one. So I'll see you guys in the next video.